Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to another video. Today we're back in doing some workshop construction. We've got some materials around, I've got the saw out, and back in this back corner is what we're working on. So most knife makers, if you're working with any kind of composite synthetics like micarta, G10 especially, different types of stabilized woods and stuff, there are a lot of toxic or hazardous dusts that come with that. I always wear a respirator, never do anything without a respirator, but still the shop gets coated in the dust and stuff. On a windy day, if you got a fan on, there might be dust particle blowing up, and everything gets dirty. That's the way it was in the old shop, and I'm trying to isolate that in this new shop. So a little bit ago, just before I moved to this new shop, I picked up this dust collector. Just been sitting on my floor hooked up like this for now, but it blows out into a bag, like one of those fibrous bags, not like a HEPA bag or anything like that. So you still get air moving from this bag and real fine dust particles going around. So I wanted to exhaust that outside my shop and have it collect out there. So if there is a little bit of overdraft, a little bit of overspray or anything like that, it dissipates into the air. So that is what I've got done here now. I welded up a nice little bracket, steel bracket here, a table for this. It's got the 4-inch line intake down here. That is piped through my wall and it will dump outside. I haven't figured out the collection system for outside yet, but I can get right to that switch there. It's at a good height. I've done some dust collecting, a check. It's running a 1 horsepower motor and it does get good pull. It'll pull dust clean up there. I was a little bit worried about whether it was going to pull straight up the wall, 4 or 5 feet there, but it does no problem. I'm running an OBM 2x72 belt grinder here with a VFD. It's running a horse and a half right there now, but the motor will output 2 horsepower if you wire it over to a 240, and I have a 240 plug set up here. Now what I'm working on here right now is building a room to enclose this. I've measured it up. 3 feet by 5 feet is roughly what I need. Here's my door opening. Eventually, I don't have one yet, but I want some kind of looking glass, a window, or a sealed piece of acrylic or something on that wall. We'll see, but for right now I'm just going to do it over. It's going to be plywood, it's going to be left natural finish. We have a door, really cool door to go in here. And I'm going to do everything sealed nicely so that dust doesn't come out, dissipate all over my shop, make a mess, and create long issues for the future. So I'm excited for this. I've been putting it off, but it's time to get that done so I can stop making my new shop dirty. The lumber we're using, most of the lumber we're using here, was milled. It is green lumber, but was milled what you saw in the opening footage there, which it's really cool. Going to do it over with plywood. Now you guys probably have a couple questions. One, why did I just build a frame here and not stud out the wall before I put it up? That is because the ceiling and the floor are out a little bit and I didn't want to cut my studs graduated to fit. I wanted to put it in there and then I can measure it out and cut my studs to exact length. Also, I wanted to toenail my studs because I don't know what I'm going to be using for a window. So I can't frame that out now because I don't have one yet. So if I ended up screwing into the top and bottom plates into my studs, I wouldn't be able to get those studs out later to frame easily. If I put up 2 studs there now and I toenail them in top and bottom, and sheet it over, for example, when I do get a window, I can take out those toenail screws, pull those studs out, and I can frame according to my window. So there is a method to the madness here, even if it might not seem conventional. Same thing goes on up on top here. My top plate stops, and then I have a little gap, and then I have another top plate because they're slightly out. So my door top will be nice and level, and then my ceiling will be compensated with a couple wedges just so everything sits right. The floor is good, the ceiling is out ever so slightly, just with the wall joint truss versus the next couple out. And just like that, we have a room here. This is solid enough. Like I'm not going to be doing anything with it right now. I'm just going to leave it with no stud until I figure out what to do with the window. That way I can just frame it out then and not have a bunch of extra screw holes in there. Nice and solid. I did get myself set up to drive nails into the floor, but because it's only a 2-wall screwed into the main frame of the shop here, I don't think I have to drive anything down in my floor, which is nice. Of course, now you see the benefit too of running that air system. I'll be in a closed-in room here, and I'll always have that air blow out my bearings on my grinder and just clean things up in here, clean everything off. It's nice. It's also why I wired 2 duplex receptacles in here, so that I would have tons of power. I have my grinder powered in here now. I have my dust collection system powered. And I also have still 2 more plugs here. I'm thinking about maybe getting a little, like a bendy light or something that I can bend down here for detail work. I have another plug. I'm thinking about, here's where I could use your guys' opinion. I think I might need to do like an inlet fan here so the air circulates in and goes out through the blower. Because this is going to be sucking out a lot of air, and this I'm going to seal all the seams in the door. I'm going to have a foam, like a weather strip seal on it. So it is going to, I mean, it's not going to be like pulling a vacuum in here or anything, but it should be fairly airtight, as good as I can get it. So I'm thinking in order to still get good circulation out, I should have like a blower fan coming in. I have something here I might use for that. What are your thoughts? Some of you guys have more experience on that than me. Mr. Wingfield, you seem to know just about everything, so I'm looking for your expertise here. Do I need a blower fan coming in? And if I do, where should I have it? On the ground, kind of blowing in by my feet? Should I have it more up here so it's blowing on me and kind of blowing straight in by here? I can't come down through the ceiling, that's not an option. But obviously it has to be really this wall here, or up high right at the top of the door wall. So yeah, so again, of course, there's my intake, which is blowing outside, and I have this wall, which I'm hoping to do some kind of viewing window right here, and I have this little bit of wall up here, so I could put a blower here if I need one, or a blower somewhere on this wall. Let me know some of you guys that know a little bit more about this. So there it is, there's that door, which I'm excited about. I actually went to get just a plain white door. Actually, originally I was going to get one like this sealed weatherproof door, and then the thought came to me, I wonder if I could save a whole bunch of money and go with like an interior door and build like the weatherproofing or the seal myself. So I picked up the supplies for that, but I've got to hang that door still, get a knob in there, get that all situated. So that'll be a project for another day. Still wrapped in plastic there now. I just wanted to show you that red door. Like I said, I went to get just a standard white door. They didn't have anything in stock. This was one of the display doors, one of the like fancy display doors. I convinced the guy to sell me it, and I love it. They had a couple like navy blue, a bright mustard yellow, and stuff like that. I thought the red was really cool. I'm leaving all that with the wood, like you see, with the wood trim. I think it looks really nice. The bright red door gives a little bit of character in here. Really excited. Actually, I think it looks really good. I'm thinking about maybe getting something printed up for the door or something. Getting my wife to do something there. Like I said, I'm hoping to put a glass in there as well. We'll see what time brings. Thank you guys for watching. Hit that like button, I'd really appreciate it. Let me know again about that blower. What do you think I should do about an intake, if it's necessary or not? Leave me a comment down below. Subscribe if it's your first time here. We'll see you in the next video.